Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a F1 Manager 2021 career mode. We are playing Motorsport Manager with the F1 2021 mod. There will be a link in the description below for that mod. Very, very easy to set up, just like the Fire and Fantasy mod. But I thought we'll go for something a little bit different this time. I have played Fire and Fantasy mod quite a lot, so we'll play this mod, see how it goes. And of course, we've got all the updates for this season. So you can see here all the drivers. You've got Charles Leclerc and you've got Carlos Sainz. You've also got Callum Ilott sitting there as well. So it's quite nice to have all of these changes. You know, you can have a look at all the different drivers here. Daniel Ricciardo, Alonso's back in the Alpine team. George Russell, Kimi Raikkonen, who's going to retire, I think, this season. You've got Lance Stroll here. Not bad stats, considering he's 22 years old. Will be a 4-star driver in the future. Let's have a look at the standings again. So let's see there. You've got Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher's going to be a big driver in this game there. 5-star potential. He is definitely one that we want to keep an eye on, particularly looking at Carlos Sainz, depending on how he does this season. I don't really want to test the metal on that one just yet. Pierre Gasly is looking like a fairly consistent driver there for the AlphaTauri. Just need to be careful about that. Let's look at Sebastian Vettel. So 33 years of age, just signed a new contract there with Aston Martin. Again, he looks fairly consistent. He is a former champion, so I wouldn't worry about him. You've got Sergio Perez, 31 years of age. Seems like a pretty decent signing for Red Bull. Valtteri Bottas, again, a brilliant driver for Mercedes. He has got 9 months left on his contract, so if something does happen for any one of our drivers, we've got a very good quality driver. Tsonda. Now, he's meant to be pretty good in this game, so we'll see. He's only 19 years of age. He's got a lot of potential left to get, so I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing him develop. You've got Ocon here in the Alpine. He's 4 stars. What we've done some work on so far, we're just designing a new part. We've improved our engine and our rear wing to the maximum of its ability. So here we go for the Ferrari. The engine's probably the weakest element. So you can see here we're now maxed that, and we're also maxed the rear wing as well. We're going to try and get max everything. Obviously, apart from the reliability after the races, we'll improve those. Ferrari have got an excellent race engineers. They've got Xavier Marcos, Riccardo Adami. We've also got Enrico Cardile. So, yeah, some pretty good staff. You've got car condition preservation. That's a perk, and a second car condition preservation there for Xavier Marcos with Charles Leclerc. You've got one there in car condition preservation, 2 there with Charles Leclerc. We've got some pretty good pit crew people as well, so looking forward to utilising those. I want to see who we can hire. Yeah, not really too much there. Unless you need someone specifically for tyres or fixing. In terms of finances, we're pretty good. We've got a positive income per race. We've got a huge budget to work with of 400 million. We're not obviously going to spend that all, but this is our funding forever. So we just need to be careful not obviously to use it. We do have a fairly decent headquarters. We can upgrade nothing because everything's reached. Although I can get a theme park, which is 100 million, which gives us £187,000 per race. Which, do I want to take it? I probably will. I'll probably build the theme park. It'll be done in about a year and a half's time. So, go on then. It's a big chunk of money to come out. 298 million left. I'm fairly happy with that at the moment. So we'll let's progress then. Let's go to Melbourne. We need to choose a sponsor. If you choose Ferrari, we get a bonus pool of £1 million. That's not going to happen just because the Mercedes are just too quick. And actually, McLaren are sort of in the top 3, really. So let's go for the Australia team there. Tyre selection. Very low tyre wear. Here, I might just go for the 965 approach. I don't want to go too many medium. Part fitting, everyone's happy. Let's race. So, yeah, we're going to go for lower medium tyres, more super softs and softs. So we'll see what happens. I feel as though we've got two really, really good drivers in Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. I have conducted my initial press conference where I said both the drivers are absolutely equal. Do I have a preferred driver? The thing is, you just don't know how these mods are going to work out. In the last year, Fire and Vanity mod, Charles Leclerc used to make a lot of mistakes in comparison to Sebastian Vettel, which I thought was a little bit weird. But we will have a go. Now, I am going to simulate practice if I can. So we're going to leave that as it is for now. We are going to simulate the practice and the qualifying. Just see how it goes. And this will give us an indication roughly about our pace. So we're near the end. Let's see what we can get. Okay, so Hamilton absolutely spanked that. 1:35.8. That is ridiculous because he's a whole 0.2 seconds quicker than his own teammate Bottas on the medium. Well, that's the last tyre he was on. There, Verstappen again 0.3. Leclerc, it's just 0.6. We're sort of the best of the rest at the moment in terms of the Red Bull. The Red Bull's very, very quick. However, McLaren, Daniel Ricciardo is just snuck in. Not sure what Lando Norris was up to. He was a whole second slower. But Latifi there, wow, that is a lot. That's a whole 2 seconds slower, Nicholas Latifi. But George Russell, wow, that's pretty quick. George Russell compared to his teammate. I will actually just turn down the volume on this. Only because we can just hear what's going on. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult weekend. This is, we need to achieve 5th or above to get our 175k bonus for qualifying. We need that. So let's have a look. There we go. Let's use the super soft tyres and the qualifying trim. Super soft tyres and the qualifying trim. These are your perks, so you can set your perks up. And oh god, dude, really? This is what happens when you auto do it. It saves a hell of a lot of time. I just don't understand why this is like this. Why the gear ratios are just so long here. The downforce is fine. That's fine. That should actually be a little bit better. That's fine for Sainz. So we got that a bit better. Got that a little bit better. I don't understand why that's so soft. The handling. The gear ratios just need to come down. That comes this way. Let's not go so high on the downforce. That's a lot of wing. Let's use this one for now. And let's see what comes of it for Charles. I'm going to simulate the session, just because it's 3 sessions really. You don't go for the old mods. You could just choose have one blast at qualifying, but now that there's 3 different sessions, it can be quite tiresome. I think we've got a little bit of a better setup. Carlos Sainz seems to be much happier than Charles than he did in practice. He came 7th in practice. He's 4th now, which is good, and hits our sponsor objective. Charles Leclerc sticking to that 6th place. Ricciardo is still splitting us, which is annoying because we don't want to let the McLarens get in. You can see Lando in 12th. But okay, so 5 drivers have been eliminated. You got Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo, Mick Schumacher in the Haas, Kimi Räikkönen in the other Alfa Romeo, Mazepin in the other Haas, and Nicholas Latifi, who's having a terrible time at the moment in Williams, just really off the pace. You can see it in practice as well. We are still above that bonus position. We definitely need to make sure we're getting this money, not because we need it. We're not in any financial difficulty or anything like that. We're not. I would say we're not one of the lower teams with a lower budget. We've got plenty of money to burn and go through in case we need it. I think it's more so just well, in a sense of just making sure that we're getting as much money as possible. It all matters towards the end of the season. So again, same position as last time with Ricciardo splitting us. You've got Lance Stroll out this time, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda and George Russell. Lance Stroll just missing out there by a thousandth of a second to Lando Norris. So at least Lando's pulled that back. But look at that. Fernando Alonso in the Alpine qualifying or getting into the top 10. Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin. So Aston Martin seem to be a fairly decent midfield team, which we do need to be careful of, because if we do have one bad qualifying, a bit of wet, go qualifying in the wet, if the setup's wrong, anything like that, we're in big difficulty, because it brings Alpine and Aston Martin into play, and we most certainly can't be having that. But this is good to see. Leclerc putting in an absolute blistering lap at the end to get into that fourth place that was eluding him. Carlos Sainz also, so we've got 2 cars above that sponsor objective. You don't get any extra money for it. We just get the one set of 175 grand, which may not sound like a lot, but it's something. It always helps. Hamilton first, Verstappen second. So Verstappen's managed to split the Mercedes, which is an incredible performance. Ricciardo, Perez in the other Red Bull, Alonso in the Alpine, Norris in the other McLaren, and Vettel in the Aston Martin. Perez is going to be crucial to Red Bull. This is where we can really trump Red Bull, because our driver lineup is equally strong. I'm not saying Perez isn't strong, but we definitely need to make sure that we're beating Perez. So let's get in touch with the race. So it is looking pretty dry. There's no signs of wetness. The track grip's going up there. Yeah, pretty sunny all round. So this time what we're going to do is we are going to have the soft tyres and the race trim. I can actually choose the car condition and drop slower, but let's go for performance this time around. I personally think we're going to stick on the soft tyres for a lot longer than we are the super soft. As you can see, they're a little bit better on the handling. Speed balance not so great for Charles Leclerc. A bit better there for Carlos Sainz, but it's okay. We got there in comparison to that. Let's start the race. Well, here we go, guys. We're going to fire off. And we're going to run for it. We're going to go straight for the overtake mode there. Charles Leclerc is now in second position. He is going to be chasing. Hamilton has had an absolute torrid start. And actually, so has Carlos Sainz. Sainz is now back up to 5th again. However, we are in second position. And third is Daniel Ricciardo. Hamilton is in 19th position. Hamilton has had an absolute torrid start here. But we are going absolutely flying in terms of what we are looking at. And so Charles Leclerc in second position. And Carlos Sainz in 5th, and he is defending from Sergio Perez. So this is going to be absolutely crucial for this position there. Carlos Sainz has to, absolutely must, stay ahead of Sergio Perez. We are just going to boost the engine very slightly so he keeps ahead of it. We are keeping Verstappen honest at the moment. Third, Valtteri Bottas isn't really troubling us too much there, but Ricciardo is troubling Valtteri Bottas. I'm going to turn down Sainz's engine. I'm going to push Leclerc at the moment. The tyre temps are just a little bit worrying, a little bit cold for both drivers at the moment. So we're going to be on a little bit of a push to try and get some extra tyre temps in. So Carlos Sainz is ahead of Perez. That's exactly what we want. We're now going to go back to neutral. We don't want to be pushing these tyres too much. We want to be keeping these in tyres as they are. Remember, in Formula 1 the fueling is only once, so we can use that. We're still ahead on the fuel. We're still positive on the delta. Carlos Sainz there, quite positive. We can use him to push. Sainz, as long as he keeps in check with Verstappen, we might be able to trump him. We might be able to undercut on the strategy. We think Bottas may be looking to make a move at some point in the future. Hamilton is making his way up. He's in 13th position now, so he is really rapidly going through the field. Mazepin, Raikkonen and Schumacher, the two Hasses, not having a good time at the moment. Schumacher just overtaken Raikkonen after losing his position initially. Keeping ahead of Perez is going to be absolutely critical. We mentioned that is the objective. We must split the Red Bulls, and if we can, we split the Mercedes. We need to take advantage that Bottas isn't going to be as quick as Hamilton. So we definitely need to do this. And, oh, hang on a minute. So we need to pause this. We've had a safety car. And Sergio Perez is out of the race. So we need to make as absolute most out of this point situation as absolutely possible. I'm trying to find out where he's actually crashed. Perez. Ah, he's in the wall. Fair enough. Okay. So let's see where we are in relation to the track. We will need to make a decision on the safety car. I'm not too sure we actually need to do anything with this. If we move to the softs, we can get 21 to 23 laps out of this. If we go to the mediums, we can last for the entire duration of this Grand Prix. The problem is, do we risk it? Do we risk it? Do we just go for the one stop? I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. The speed there, I mean, we can 21 to 23 laps. And we've got the performance increase on the soft as well. Right, well, let's back up and low. That's what we need to do initially. I think let's pit Sainz. Let's dob him in it. Let's dob him in it. Let's go. We will be able to see if Verstappen is pitting this lap. No, so Verstappen stays out. Verstappen stays out. However, we are going to pit with car. We are the only car to pit. I think we've screwed this up, to be honest with you. But Sainz is coming out in 9th. That's not bad. We can't overtake under a safety car. Who's that? Hamilton. We get back. So we've got 2 laps left of a safety car now. Right, let's speed this up. Yeah, well, we can't really do anything about that because... Yeah, okay. So who's going to come in now? Is anybody going to come in now and risk it while the field's all packed up? No, come on. We've got 1 lap left of the safety car. Yep, we know he's got a high fuel delta. That's okay. Yep. Just need to double check here because sometimes we get a little bit caught out if and when the safety car comes in. Nope, still got 1 lap left. And this is something we just need to be a little bit careful of there. We think we can go fair enough to the end with Carlos Sainz. Just going to make sure we push at the right time. Right, Russell is in. Let's go overtake and push. Overtake and push. So let's go for this now. Can we make this work? Let's change that to high. Let's change that to high. Carlos Sainz is now in 8th. We've got Bottas. Ricardo's in 2nd. Ricardo's pipped us and Bottas, which is not what we wanted. We did not want that at all. But Sainz has also dropped a place out to Pierre Gasly, and they're on the medium tyres, so we need to clear these guys fairly quickly if we're going to have any hope. Hamilton's already cleared. We have overtaken, or kept Bottas at bay. We've got a very high fuel delta, so that's very good for us at the moment. We can utilise the high engine mode for quite a long time, which is what we're going to look to keep on doing. We're going to keep Charles on the super softs. There are 15 laps remaining. Carlos Sainz should actually be able to go to the end on this one. I'm pretty sure he is, but he's got to get past some of these cars. You've got Lando Norris on these super softs. Valtteri Bottas has just overtaken Charles Leclerc, which is not what we want. You not say you can't get past him, you just need to go and get past him. We just don't understand how the McLaren has such good race pace right now. I mean, Norris is at the end because he's pitted for a set of medium tyres. We've got 13 laps left in this Grand Prix, so we need to be thinking about pitting. Let's push with these tyres, actually, let's get some tyre temps into them. Let's get some tyre temps in. I think the rules of this is that we have to obviously do the for a while now. Behind Gasly for a while. Right, so we need to think about this. We've got the gap. Let's go and do it. We may have stuck behind Gasly, but we definitely need to do something with it. And we got some people in the pits. That's pretty good. Charles Leclerc coming out in 15th was not what we intended, and the guys in front are all on the mediums, so he will be a little bit better towards the end of the race. Sainz is now in 6th, so he's managed to get past Pierre Gasly. He's got Lance Stroll in front of him and Ocon, so Stroll and Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen all need to pit, so I do want to stick him on the overtake, and I want to stick Leclerc on the overtake as well. We've got a lot of catching up to do, and all these guys are on the medium tyre. They've got to be pushing. Sainz has set personal best. All these cars are now going to be pitting. There we go. Now we move up into 5th position because Stroll is in the pits. However, he's got Gasly behind him on the medium tyres. He is chasing down Ocon. I'm going to take him off the push. Take him off the overtake. Leclerc is now in 12th position. He's behind all of these medium runners, and he's got to do something there because Ricciardo is behind him on a newer set of soft tyres, so he's got to be making moves, otherwise Ricciardo will overtake him. Sorry, he's not on a newer set of softs, he's on an older set of softs. So Sainz is now in 3rd position, looking good. We've got Bottas, who is yet to pit, and we've got Ocon, who's on a U set of mediums. So theoretically, we could be looking to win this race, and Leclerc just lost his position to Ricciardo. Ricciardo is absolutely outstanding in this game. He's found a bit of form here. Mazepin, we do know there's a slight bug in this game. The Haas teams have the old the Racing Point livery, so that's not great. But we do have an opportunity of winning this race. If the tyres hold out. We've got 5 laps, and I think the tyres will be able to hold out for the next 5 laps. So we do need to push Leclerc, because Ricciardo's getting past all of these cars, but it's just not working for Leclerc. Something isn't working. But Verstappen is now behind Carlos Sainz, so we now have to do something, and we absolutely cannot let anybody get in the way of this. There's 5 laps left in this Grand Prix, and we need to win this. If we can win this race, we have done something absolutely amazing. But Leclerc has to get into the point. We've got to be passing these guys on the medium tyres. Oh, Carlos Sainz has crashed. He's binned it in the wall. We are now off target. Is there going to be a safety car? We just don't know. Right, Leclerc, you've got to do something with this now. You've got to attack. Got to get past these medium guys. Absolutely have to. We've got 4 laps remaining. Come on, Charles. You're the hope of Ferrari. We were genuinely on for the win. And I think we just pushed far too hard. Okay, well, let's give him everything. Let's give him absolutely everything here, because we're just finding it so difficult. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not working out. Yeah, you've got to do something with it, Charles, mate. Got to do something. I just can't believe that Ocon is actually going to win this race. I cannot believe. Oh, he's so close. He's 19%. Oh, Verstappen's just gone off. Lucky we caught that. Leclerc just boosted himself up into 7th. So we're behind Daniel Ricciardo. He's got to get 2 places. We're not going to catch Hamilton. So there goes our bonus. We're still up on the delta by an entire lap. Final lap. Ocon is still in the lead. We need to take that 6th place. Charles Leclerc's just taken the 6th place away from Daniel Ricciardo. Keep going, Charles. Keep going. That's the one thing we need to do, is just keep beating the McLarens. Gasly is dropping like mad. Hamilton's just taken 4th from his absolute dismal start. And that's that. That's that. I don't believe it. We could have won that. We could have won it, but Sainz has bottled it. Well, yeah. We nearly had the win from an absolute strategic genius perspective. You look at all the other stops. Hamilton went long on the softs and went to medium. I don't know why he went to medium for. Should just gone on the softs. Verstappen. I mean, Ocon, 0 stops. He went medium throughout the entire race, same as Mays, Pin and Raikkonen. That's why I'm not fancying the mod on this. That's not working for me. Yeah, that's not working for me. Unfortunately, that's something that they need to change in the mod. They need to make pit stops mandatory. So yeah, not good, not good in any way, shape or form there. So we lost that. We've lost out massively, and the problem is it puts Alpine ahead so much. It also puts Red Bull ahead, AlphaTauri as well. It's not where we want to be in the constructors, and we could have won that race. We were so close, and it's instances like this where we're in it. Right in it. Hamilton's made a mistake out of, I don't know what happened. These are the races that we need to be taking advantage of. Maybe we just push Sainz. Maybe he just doesn't like being pushed. I don't know. Let me say where Charles Leclerc's driver form is 5, considering that he's got 6th and Sainz is 6.7. That again doesn't work out. Yeah, not good. But okay, I mean, we come back and we'll go again. Let's see, Hamilton pits Verstappen, car condition update, pit crew review. Perez blames rival for crash. Lovely. It was Lance Stroll. Oh dear, I don't think so. Come on, Sainz. Yeah, I just don't believe it. Bloody Cyril's going to be so smug. Don't know why Cyril's in it. Cyril's been sacked, but anyway. Yeah, let's give the drivers a bit of credit. So the car repair is now complete. Let's have a look at how the car looks in terms of reliability. So we're still at 98%. That's fine. So the front wings are going to be improved. I don't want to do the brakes too. Let's just do one. Let's get one out of the way. Let's do the brakes. What else? Gearbox. Okay. 2 days before the race. Well, let's just get that bit done. That's important. Yeah, I just want to have a look at Carlos Sainz. Ambition to win, strong work ethic, famous family member, rarely makes mistakes. Well, come on. Ugh. I'm just so annoyed. But we got a new engine. So that helps. It has a little bit extra. in the engine. Where are we? So you go 100% there. You got 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do that. It'll be one day after the race. So I'm quite happy with that. That's fine. We got a new engine. Going to design another engine just because we should. Yeah, top speed. Okay. Not going to add to a risk level. We will just do that. So that becomes 1274. And then we can do that plus the top speed plus 50 to max and the risk level. So we just won't use it, but we can always use the max, and then we can improve it as and when it goes on. So we got that to do as well. We're also quite bad at the front wing, but we'll do what we can do. So on to Sakir for the next episode, and we will definitely hope that we can take advantage of everything. But for this episode, unlucky, we bottled it, but we'll definitely come back stronger.